If, for any reason, AJ Styles does not sign a new WWE deal, there is the potential of All Elite Wrestling. A lot of fans are getting really excited about this. You guys have been asking me to talk about it in the live streams, and you've been tweeting me things about it. And there's good chance that we're going to get a big announcement here probably in the beginning of 2019 about a brand new wrestling promotion that Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks are involved with, and I believe one of the owners of the Jacksonville Jaguars is going to be a backer or an investor in this new league, and they're calling it All Elite Wrestling. Apparently, they have filed some trademarks already, which has gotten the wrestling world talking about this new promotion. Of course, Cody and the Bucks put on that amazingly successful All In show, and we know there's been rumors of them doing a second one. One of the trademarks I thought was interesting was Double or Nothing. So maybe the first one was All In and part 2 is going to be called Double or Nothing instead of All In 2. And I kind of like it. And you know that I've always said that it's going to have to take somebody with just a ton of money to spend to ever make anything that's even to come close to competing with WWE. And even if this new promotion is happening, it's going to be a very tall order for them to ever really be a serious competitor to WWE. But I will give them this. They've got the fan support, and that was going to be a big thing. That's what I've said in previous years when somebody says, oh, do you think another promotion can ever come around that will compete? And I'm like, no, they'll never compete. You know, unless they have something that all the wrestlers are going to want to go there, unless they have enough money to where it can lure people away from re-signing with WWE or lure some of the top independent stars to them instead of going to WWE. But we've seen what WWE is currently doing. They're going out there and snatching up every independent wrestler out there. They're basically just signing guys just to sign them. So I don't know who's really going to be left for All Elite Wrestling, but everybody loves Cody Rhodes. Everybody loves the Young Bucks. A lot of people are going to want to work for them because they have a track record now after All In. And you've got names like Chris Jericho floating around that could give them a big shot in the arm. Jim Ross potentially being on commentary. Anybody that does not sign with WWE or doesn't work out with WWE, because they're signing all these independent wrestlers, but they can't all be AJ Styles. They can't all be Daniel Bryan. So some of them are not going to work out. And there's enough names out there that they can definitely make a wrestling promotion at least more successful than Ring of Honor and Impact, I would think. I think they at least have the potential to compete or overtake them. Whether or not in the future they can be a serious competitor to WWE, that still remains to be seen. But you know, if they are going to do that, what they need to focus on is what WWE does not give us. You know, if they try to match WWE in production values and, you know, and company size and big events and packing out arenas and all that shit, they're probably going to fail. But if they try to compete with WWE on a storyline level, on a wrestling level, because we've seen so much shit on Monday Night Raw and sometimes SmackDown that you're wondering if these writers are just a bunch of potheads or something. Like, they just don't care. And it's the most boring, repetitive nonsense week after week. That, I think, is where a new wrestling promotion can come along and compete with WWE by saying, are you sick and tired of seeing the same old poo-poo and pee-pee jokes and the Full House humor on WWE, or do you want to come over to us where we can actually write compelling television that's actually going to keep you interested and it's going to leave you wanting more? You know, WWE Monday Night Raw does not leave us wanting more. It leaves us wanting less. And I think All Elite Wrestling or any promotion that comes along right now with the money and the backing and the reputation, I think has a shot to at least rise up and be a mild competitor. You know, what TNA used to be. You know, TNA back in 2005, 2006, when, you know, they had so much great talent there and a lot of fans were singing the praises of TNA. That's what I want to see All Elite Wrestling get to if this promotion does indeed launch. Because if you can get an uprising and you can get enough fans, you know, backing this kind of alternative product, they have a chance to succeed. I always thought TNA had the chance to succeed, had the talent there to succeed. The problem is they were trying to be the WWE. Anytime a wrestler from the WWE would be released, they'd show up in TNA and win their world title the very next week. TNA, much like WCW, were hanging on every word that the WWE did and said. And they were all up the WWE's ass, constantly worried about what they were doing and calling them out on their TV show instead of paying attention to what they should be doing, and that is having great wrestling. They had so much goddamn good talent there, and what'd they do? They brought in Hogan and Bischoff and Hall and Nash and all these fucking guys and fucking ruined it. And I think All Elite Wrestling needs to be smarter than that. I think they will, and they can really build themselves around, you know, the top indie stars out there today that the WWE WWE has not yet poached. And I am wishing these guys all the luck in the world. I think WWE needs some competition. And let me also clarify, because I know a lot of fans get really excited about stuff like this. Oh, All Elite's going to put the WWE out of business. You guys are out of your mind if you think that's ever going to happen. As much as I'm rooting for the success of All Elite, I'm not rooting for the success of All Elite in the terms of, oh, they're going to be so great that WWE's going to die. That ain't going to happen. Get that out of your head right now. Nobody's going to overthrow WWE. Nobody's going to put them out of business. Ever. Ever, ever, fucking ever. So don't even think about it. But what we can hope for is that competition comes along like it used to be back in the 1990s with the Monday Night Wars. You know, those two companies brought out the best in each other, and WWE, if they've got another company out there that is doing things better than they are doing, then they are going to have no choice but to change things up and try to get better. And right now, they have no motivation to really do that. So I really hope this All Elite Wrestling becomes a reality, and I hope it becomes a big deal, and I wish Cody Rhodes and the Bucks and whoever else is involved with this promotion, I wish them all the luck in the world. You have my 1,000,000% support.